A Course in Carols song number 11 is Good Christian Men Rejoice. We are in the key of F. Regular F, B flat, C, and D minor chords will do just fine. We are going to talk about some chord substitutions afterwards that I'm going to be using. We're on the F chord to start with. We have an F note as our starting vocal pitch. And here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1. Good Christian men, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Give ye heed to what I say. News, news, Jesus Christ is born today. Ox and ass before him bow, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today. Good Christian men, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye hear of endless bliss. Joy, joy, Jesus Christ is born for this. He hath opened the heavenly door, and man is blessed evermore. Christ is born for this. Christ is born for this. Good Christian man, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye need not fear the grave. Peace, peace, Jesus Christ is born to save. Calls you one and calls you all to gain his everlasting hall. Christ is born to save. Christ is born to save. All right, so there we go. Good Christian men rejoice. As promised, let's go back and talk about these chord substitutions. To make our F substitution, all we're going to do is make a regular F, and then we're going to add our pinky to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. That is going to give us the don't lift a finger thing. Now, I learned this from an article that I read by James Hill quite a while ago in Ukulele magazine. And he called these the don't lift a finger chords. And there were 3 chords in his articles. I've added a 4th chord here, and there's even more chords that you can do with this. If we're in the key of F, right, we can do this with the F, and then we can go to the B flat and leave that pinky there. And then we can just lift our first 3 fingers off and leave the pinky there. We got our C, and then we can go to a D minor 7. This is the one he didn't talk about, but makes sense. And we get that D minor 7 in there. Now, this song sounds great with just the regular chords in it. I just like these don't lift a finger chords. They make for very fast transitions. And I love the way that the B flat add 9 sparkles a bit more than the rather flat sounding B flat chord. Right? So this is what it would sound like on the first verse with just the regular chords, though. Good Christian men, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now, that's much more difficult for me, actually. Good Christian men, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Right? I find that to be terribly difficult, making all those quick switches to B flat, right? And that's sort of why I settled on doing these don't lift a finger chords here, is because the transition from F to B flat on this is very, very easy and fast, right? You do have to get it in your fingers, of course. Everything requires practice. But But I've been playing B flat longer than I've been playing B flat add 9, and I can do the B flat add 9 way faster than I can do the F. Right? Okay. And then just to lift to C without having to go from B flat here to C here or B flat here to C here. I mean, it's just so much easier because you can go from B flat to C and you're just lifting 3 fingers off. Okay. So this is genius. And I applaud James Hill. I mean, he may have learned it from somebody else, but I learned it from him, and so I'm very grateful because I've used this a lot with my students to get into songs in the key of F, because the key of F with its prominent B flat 4 chord is the 4 chord being B flat. I mean, is rather a difficult key to play in usually for ukulele, but this actually makes it a very easy key to play in. So those are our chord substitutions. They're basically all the same thing. You're just adding that pinky, which never moves, from the 3rd fret of the 1st string. All right, so let's talk about the different strumming things that I did in here. Okay, this is sort of what I call my trio of triplets. And I might even put it that way in one of the future videos that I'm going to do in this series. But basically, we've got right there where it says mix. If you look right under that, we've got the down symbol followed by the P for the thumb symbol and the V for the up symbol. Okay. Now, and then we have a ... That means that was one triplet. Then here's the next triplet. Okay, the next triplet is a down symbol followed by a double up. Okay, the upside down V is my symbol for a up with the thumb, followed by an up with the 1st finger. If you practice this is really, really, really easy to do and makes for a wonderful galloping triplet, right? Okay. Now, what it sounds like is this in context, you know. So that's down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, right? And then our 3rd one is just down, up, down, up, triple it, triple it, triple it. Right? Instead of being down, up, down, up, down, up. Because we're in 6/8, we have to follow that swingy 6/8 time signature waltzy feeling, right? Okay. So mixing these up, you could see that I got a lot of different effects in there. Now, sometimes I think I did throw in some 4-finger rolls. But mostly I just used those 3 techniques and just mixed them and matched them according to how I was feeling at the time. And I was trying to pay attention to the words, and sort of like on the first verse where we go, give ye heed to what I say, news, news. I did a lot differently than I did now ye need not fear the grave. So, give ye heed to what I say, news, news, Jesus Christ, right? As opposed to, now ye need not fear the grave, peace, peace, Jesus Christ is born to save, right? So you can add dynamics to this according to what's going on in the verses and everything. And I just improvised all that. There comes a point when notating it down every little single thing is not so good. And that's why we want to get in a lot of different techniques into our fingers, like all these different triplets. And there's actually more ways you can do triplets than these. And if you get them all into your fingers, then when you're in 6/8 or 3/4, then all of a sudden you've got a whole bag of things that you can just throw at songs on the fly. And that's why we practice our strumming separately generally, okay? So you just put your hand on your neck and you don't worry about chords, and you just practice down, thumb, up, down, thumb, up, down, thumb, up. Or the gallop one, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or just down, down, up, down, up, down. So you can get all those things in there and feel and feel them and really have them solid. That's about all I have to say for Good Christian Men Rejoice. I love this carol. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Keep strumming, keep playing, spread that Christmas cheer, and we'll see you again next time.